Oopsies, and thank you for joining me today for my coaster collection. Coaster collection. I would like to show you my collection of coasters here today. So before this begins, make sure you subscribe and check me out on TonyBomboni.com for all services from me. Thank you guys so much for helping support the channel to keep going. So let's begin. So I think about 17 different coasters here. So my first and one I'm most impressed about so far is this one, this stack of coasters here, this ceramic coasters. And I've gotten them all from different places across the country. So I can start showing those first, and then I'll show the different variety and textures that I have. So the first one is a Cape Cod. National Seashore. So this was the edge of the water on the beach. It had sandy cliffs and dunes, and it was a very breezy day. And Provincetown, which is the name of the town that is on the very tip of Cape Cod, which is the tail of Massachusetts, was beautiful and very LGBT friendly too, which I had no idea. It was a popular LGBT destination, but yeah, I actually felt comfortable holding my partner's hand there because I saw other gay couples there holding their partner's hand, and I felt kind of like safe enough to do so, which I'm very much not PDA, so that was nice because it was my dream to go there and kiss my partner at the tip of Cape Cod. That was always my dream as a kid, so I'm so happy I got to do that. So this will always stay with me and give me a fond memory of love and affection. So, and I love the beach, so yeah, but oh my, it was windy and cold even for late spring. So this is Florida, and I got this recently. I just included it in a shopping haul recently, and it has the big, I think, crocodile, and maybe there's some saltwater crocodile or alligator there in the distance as well. But you know, Florida is well known for those, so this will forever remind me of this. And by the way, Lantern Press makes some amazing coasters. They have this cork material glued to the bottom of the coaster, but I love the heaviness of it, the durability. It can handle stains and water, you know. They're not just decorative, you know. So these are very nice. I actually use my coasters. I don't just collect them. Collection. So yeah, I live in Florida now for almost 10 years, and so I definitely wanted one to remind me of my time here. So we have the Everglades National Park, which is also in Florida. That's where you see all the gators. We actually got to feed a gator there, and there's I don't know if it's what the name of these are called, ibises or crane, I have no idea, but there's all sorts of wildlife there. There's some name for this one in particular, forgive me, that I, honest to God, don't know my bird names. But yeah, of course, you know, I've been through the Everglades several times, going to Key West or Miami. Floridians know, so, you know, eventually we had to stop. This is where we stopped with a friend of ours and my partner. So I thought I would get one from the gift shop. They typically sell a lot of these type of coasters at gift shops or welcome centers in different locations throughout the country, popular touristy type of destinations and sites. I've theme parks, like that's where they sell these, sometimes even just random shops and random places you'll find these. If you're lucky. This next one I recently also bought. It is Sarasota, Florida, and I have been coming to visit Sarasota, Florida, and we used to own a condo there. But besides that, I never actually lived there. Besides when we had a condo there, we would just vacation there for the most part and visit and stay in different hotels. I've been there countless times. I basically grew up there, so I'm very familiar with Sarasota, like Fruitville Road and Beneva and what was it, like all the different places, the crystal shops in downtown, Lido Key Beach, St. Armand's, like, yeah, so and I love when someone talks about that area too. I'm always like, oh my gosh, like, I kind of fangirl for a bit when people talk about that area. So animals are precious and beautiful to me. I love wildlife, so this was so pretty. I love the mosaic theme, the art, just the colors, everything was just so perfect about this. So I definitely wanted one from Sarasota. So I thought it's time to be a tourist in what feels like my own town, what feels like my childhood. A lot of my childhood was spent there. Yeah. So, Newport, Rhode Island. Got a little food or something here, a little stain. No biggie. There we go. I got it right off. I'm definitely gonna have to wipe these down eventually or wash them with mild soap and water. But Newport is in Rhode Island, and we stayed in Rhode Island at the lake house. Yes, we stayed right on the lake there for a week in early June, the first week of June. And we stayed in Bristol, but we visited Newport on our last full day on our trip. And it was just a bougie place. They have like a castle there. You can have drinks and enjoy the view. And it was quite chilly. But the rocky cliffs, what drew me in to always want to go to see Rhode Island. And it would be nice to go back eventually and see more. So yes, Newport. This was a pretty blue color. Blue is my new favorite color, so I wanted something with that color. So yeah. And just seeing all the nice, beautiful, big, expensive houses there, that was very nice. I love looking at expensive homes. Just driving by from the distance too. Love the locals, Canaveral National Seashore, so this was cute. It helps support the wildlife there to maintain the conservation there, the park, and upkeep it to keep the deer sea turtles alive and healthy. Not everyone makes it to the water, and the whole breeding process, the egg laying process, and coming out of the shell, it's all risky, so only so many go in the sea and survive, a full life. So, I want to make sure that, obviously through my contributions and purchases, that they protect this beautiful sacred land. And it was just so cute. I'll never forget. I got the sea turtle one because I'll never forget when that what do they call it? It's a specific type of turtle here that is very commonly found in Florida lands. Gopher tortoises was walking on the pier, the dock, the little bridge, whatever you call it. It was like an elevated trail bridge. It's like a bridge, but it's a walking trail to go see the nature. And it walked on the bridge. It's almost like it just decided to go for a little walk. They're such intelligent beings. They're so timid and shy. You come up to one, they'll hiss and hide. So, it's illegal to feed the wild gopher tortoises. Gopher tortoise here in Florida, especially with the alligators and crocodiles. So you have to leave them alone. I love that Florida is very careful, for the most part, about conserving the wildlife. So, I will always remember my trip to that place. And that was, I think, my first time seeing orb weaver spiders. They were huge. Sanibel Island, my favorite beach, again Florida, in the entire world, is on Sanibel Island. It is Bowman's Beach, and it is so beautiful. And please, when you go to a beach, just explore more than just where the people are sitting. I know a lot of people don't feel like walking all that way, but go explore. Typically I've come to find on beaches where there's a lot of people sitting there, go to the right, not the left. Go to the right and keep walking. Keep walking. I promise you will find beauty beyond your imagination, and it will pull you in. You will just keep on coming back, and it's so peaceful with less people. You'll find more shells, more wildlife typically in those areas. And a lot of people tend not to do that because they don't want to disturb the wildlife there. But I'm telling you, they're not that scared as you think. Like, yeah, and there are usually zones where they close off for the sea turtle egg laying. Okay, so as long as you don't go in those zones and don't go at night and flashlights, you'll be fine. Okay, you're not disturbing the wildlife. Don't worry about that. Just don't litter. Okay, clean up after yourself, obviously. So, but this shows the lighthouse beach there. That one's not really fun, and it's so hard to find parking there nowadays, even off season. Go to Bowman's Beach. Do the extra half-hour drive. Okay, 20-minute drive. It's not terrible. Okay, you get to explore the whole island. They have the Jan Darling Museum. It has a big pink flamingo on it. You can't miss it out. The She Sells Seashells shop, amongst other areas of that island. There's always that 7-Eleven there if you need a quick stop. But yeah, so Florida. So this is another Sarasota one. I just loved it. I don't know, this was my first Sarasota one I bought. It has manatees. I've actually interacted with the manatees several times. Staying in Florida, they either swim up to you in the water. In the Gulf of Mexico, it's kind of rare, but I've had 2 or 3 occasions now where they've swam up near me, which was nice. They've come up to me in kayaking. They've come up to me on the pier, on the dock at Cabbage Key Island. There were a couple of them there, which was nice. They were just kind of mating. Sometimes they're sleeping. I've actually seen them a couple times there, but anyway. So I'm very fond of manatees. I've seen them in museums. They're beautiful every time. They're called sea cows. Just so cute because they're nice and chubby. Okay, so and fish actually have come up to me in the water too, which is very interesting. They actually touch me and interact with me. I've had a hammerhead shark go by my legs. I wasn't even afraid, to be honest. It was just a surreal experience for me personally. I love animals. So here's one with a sea turtle. This was, I think, my mother probably got to me when I first moved to Florida. So I've kept it to this day. As you can see, it's just a little rundown from all the coffees and teas I've had over the years. But it still doesn't disturb the beautiful image that is on the coaster itself. And this is another one she bought me as well, I believe. I'm not sure if this was from Hobby Lobby or one of them stores, but it's a simple palm tree that points here to beach. So I've had this, I think, back in my apartment as well. So that's the ceramic, porcelain, whatever you want to call it. This is back when I drank, child. Home is where the booze is. I think my mother got me these as well at the time. I think they were one of my first gifts, either before I moved out on my own or right after. But yeah, she thought I needed some coasters, and I did. And then good for what ails you. Yeah, so I just keep these under a couple crystals I have now in my living room. But I don't view those messages because I'm on my sobriety journey, 3+ years, right? Amen. So I don't really like the message that has on it any longer. I used to find it cute and funny because I loved drinking wine at the time, but now I'm like, So I think I even threw one out because it was getting very old, and it just, again, doesn't have the message that I resonate with any longer or find really coasters anymore. Yeah, so then I have this one, which I believe she got from Arizona when she went, my mother. So this is a cactus, and I like the texture that this has. It's quite bumpy, but it actually still holds your drink pretty stable. It's like beaded, like bracelet texture. So this was before I went to Arizona, so I was always like manifesting and visualizing. So this came with a pair, like this one did. So there were several of them. And this I got, I believe Punta Gorda, maybe Fisherman's Village. It's a gator bog, so it's like a 3D live coaster. And I've yet to peel the sticker from the back of it, so I might go ahead and do that now. Says you can actually buy these from 3dlivelife.com. It's copyright by Jerry Lofaro 2016. So, but I bought this recently, and I just loved the alligators. I thought that was so cool, and my partner loves gators, so I pretty much gave this to him to just use. See the little gators look like they're running after you or moving, so it's pretty unique. It's better in person. You can see it move more in person for sure. Like a vinyl type of fabric or material. I love it. I just love the colors. And yeah, so then I have these native woven ones I bought myself when I went to Arizona. I never use them as coasters because they're so beautiful. But they're technically coasters, and this is a unique coaster hand woven in Teotitlán, Oaxaca. Sorry, this was when I went to Mexico. My apologies. When I went to Mexico for the first time. According to the ancient Indian tradition of the Zapotec people, master weavers of the Americas. That's 100% Mexican wool. I'm pretty sure this is when I first went to Mexico. Yeah. I don't remember exactly where I bought it. Either Teotitlán or... No, I never went to Oaxaca, but nearby, Montetaxco. No, maybe not there. Where did I buy this? I think it was in, oh gosh, I forgot. Anyways, it's the only place in the world where there's the axolotls. Lord, I forgot where that was. Okay, but anyway, so many places in Mexico I can't even pronounce. This I got in Arizona. No. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I keep thinking Arizona. I don't know why. This I got in Arizona, but it's a Mexican one, okay? This one I got, for goodness sake, in Maryland at an antique shop, okay? It says El Paso Saddle Blanket Co. 90% wool, 10% polyester. This is actually made in India. So it's not actually legit the same thing, but I still loved it so much I wanted another one like it. So yeah, the cutesy, they match very well together. That's in my living room under my TV. And then finally this one is more for the kitchen, more for holding on to hot, like pots or plates and stuff like that. So this is made in Turkey. So that's the last coaster I'm going to show you now. And I love the kind of mandala design effect in the blue and purple. Almost gives an evil eye sort of appeal to it. So again, I believe my mother gave this to me in the new home I bought like in 2018. So it's like probably a welcoming gift. So yeah, all these coasters have such fond memories attached to them. And that's my coaster collection. I was going to wait till I build it up more, but I'm like, I think that's enough for now. I can always do an updated one at your request. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this ASMR video. Make sure you subscribe and tap the bell and check me out on TonyBomboni.com to sign up for your own personal service today.